Ayesha Kajee is a political analyst. She joins us now from Johannesburg, South Africa. Thanks so much for speaking to us. I mean, tell us, is this the tightest election in 5 decades because the ruling party no longer has the backing of Khama himself?
Well, yes, partly that is the reason. But the other reason is that for a long time, Botswana has had an electoral landscape where there have been many, many small parties and the major ruling party, a majoritarian ruling party. That has changed now with the Umbrella for Democratic Change, the UDC, which has brought 3 opposition parties together under one opposition coalition. And it also claims to have the support of former President Khama and his Botswana Patriotic Front. So there is now a real chance that the BDP's hegemony in the electoral landscape could be challenged.
Tell us, what really are the issues for Botswanans in this election? I mean, we hear the press picking up on this elephant hunting issue, something Khama was against, but his successor chose to support in the interest, he says, of rural voters. What really does matter here?
Okay, well, firstly, Botswana has a fairly small human population and a fairly large, comparatively, elephant population of over 140,000 elephants. So what happens with regard to that is that quite often people are killed by elephants, that crops are damaged by elephants, and frankly, the land area of Botswana is too small to sustain such a large elephant population. So culling is actually indicated, or on the other hand, transferring elephants perhaps across the transnational parks into one of the neighboring countries. That's an option. Secondly, the issue of diamonds and how that diamond wealth, Botswana's wealth comes from diamonds. It's a fairly homogeneous country in terms of ethnicity. And so over the last 50 to 60 years, the exploitation of the diamond reserves in a 50-50 partnership with De Beers and the Botswana government has meant that the government has provided schools, transport links, potable water, power, homes, etc. But now people are saying they ought to get more of the country's diamond wealth, given that about 20% of the country's population is currently unemployed. So that diamond partnership between De Beers and the Botswanan government comes up for renewal next year. But thus far, all the negotiations have been conducted in secret. The opposition UDC is opposing this and saying that people have a right, the Botswana people have a right to know what those negotiations are saying. There have been allegations of corruption around them and around the whole diamond partnership. And frankly, Botswana still doesn't actually cut and polish and further, manufacture around its diamond industry. It's basically at present a diamond digger. And the opposition wants this to change. They've promised to create about 100,000 new jobs. And in a country, as I said, where about 20% of the population is unemployed, that's a big lure.
Right. Ayesha, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us from Johannesburg. We appreciate it.